Alright, so this is going to be a really short video because this is really just a quick follow-on to the first rivets video that I posted a couple of days ago. So I did this on the same day as that earlier video, and all I'm really doing here is continuing to rivet some of the parts onto the spars of the vertical stabilizer. Now, so the first video I attached the doubler to the lower part of the front spar. In this one, I'm attaching a doubler and the top hinge bracket to the top of the rear spar. And this became a little bit of more of a challenge than the first set of rivets. So the doubler went on just fine. There's 8 rivets that hold that on. The hinge, or hinge bracket, I should say, it's made of 2 identical parts, basically just L-shaped steel that's been powder coated, so it's the white pieces. The rivets, there's 4 rivets that hold each of the 2 pieces on, so 8 rivets total. But the two rivets on each side are pretty close together, and they're close enough that there's no room to have a cleco and in one hole and be riveting the rivet in the other hole with the squeezer. And so when I would have clecos only on one side, the bracket would sort of lift up, and I was afraid I wasn't going to get have the pieces basically have the bracket tight enough up against the spar web. So I fiddled around a lot. You can see me doing that here with different clamps that I could try and hold it in place with. And in the end it worked out okay, but I did have one rivet that I needed to drill out. Not because the clamp didn't work, but because I spent so much time fiddling around with clamps, I forgot to back the adjustable ram out a little bit to account for the thickness of the hinge bracket. And so that's what I'm starting to do here. So I went really carefully with it. You can see I'm using the little visor magnifier thing. I actually twisted the drill by hand a lot. I just took it out of the drill, the pneumatic drill itself, and actually made a pretty good little dimple in the top of that universal head rivet by twisting the drill bit around in my fingers, just so I really got centered. And I started off with a number 40 drill, even though it's a 1/8 rivet, and then I went up to a number 30 drill bit. So on the bright side, it drilled out fine. I didn't hit the surrounding material, and was able to pop the head off, redo it, and it worked out fine. But that was a little more frustrating than I wanted it to be, especially after the first rivets, went pretty well. But, I mean, that's how it goes. You got to expect not every rivet's going to go perfectly the first time, and you're going to have to drill some out, so might as well get good at it.